Hey, welcome back to Snapple Games. My name's Max, and I'm back with another Pauper League. And I'm going to be playing this red-green Ponza deck. This is a red-green land destruction deck. I'll get into this deck tech in a second, then we'll get right into a league. First, real quick, gonna shout out my channel, youtube.com/snapbolt. Go to the channel, subscribe to the channel. It's really the best way to support me. So thank you so much for that. I'm recording live right now on Twitch if you want to come hang out live, twitch.tv/snapboltgames. And with all that out of the way, now let's get into this deck tech, what deck we're playing, and then let's get into some games. So again, this is red-green Ponza, red-green land destruction. Basically, our land destruction spells are Thermokarst, green, colorless sorcery, destroy target land. If the land was snow, you gain 1 life. It's mostly just green, colorless, destroy target land. Then Minvuli Acid Moss, I've kind of had a love-hate relationship with this card. Some people really like it. I think it is necessary and it is decent in this deck. It's 4 mana, destroy target land, search your library for a forest, put it onto the battlefield tapped. One nice combo with this card is that you can get Highland Forest because this does have the forest type. So you can fix your mana with Acid Moss, plus slowing them down and ramping you to these bigger threats is what you want to do. So we have these 8 land destruction spells, and then we have 10 ways to ramp out a turn 2 Thermokarst or even a turn 2 Acid Moss. 4 Arbor Elf, 4 Utopia Sprawl, 2 Wild Growth. A lot of people cut down to 8 and they didn't play the full 12. They played 0 Wild Growth, but I was like, it's probably right to play a couple more because 10 gives you a higher percentage chance of having 1 in your opener in order to play these 3 drops on turn 2 more likely because you don't really have any 2 drops except for Telepack Mate. So I like the 10-1 drops. Our removal spells are 4 Lightning Bolt, and then we just round out the deck with a bunch of kind of beefy red-green creatures. 4 Visionary helps us get to our top end 2 plus cantrips. Packmate is just a solid kind of Muldriftery card in green. I really like Packmate, especially the ability to split up the cost over 2 turns is relevant. And then these Cascaders, sometimes you side out Dino, especially in like the aggressive matchups, but having a bunch of Cascade spells really helps you against the blue counterspell decks because it's hard for counterspells to keep up with all the Cascade cards because you get the Cascade no matter what. They can't really stop that. Now, this deck fell off once Bonder's Ornament got banned, but I kind of think that it's decently positioned now. More and more people are playing Tron decks, so if you get paired up there, it's almost like a free win with 8 land destruction spells. Of course, it is worse without Bonders being like a draw engine, but I am playing 2 Shrek, 2 Commodore. This gives us a different type of draw engine, and it's just a 4 mana 5/2 trample, which is reasonable. So, yeah, pretty nice here. As far as the mana base, 2 mountains, 4 Highland Forest, and 1 Gruul Turf. That doesn't look like that many red sources, but we also have Utopia Sprawl and Acid Moss gets a red source. So our mana is not actually that bad. Plus, we usually only need 1 red source to cast all our red cards. All right, moving on to the sideboard. First thing that might stand out is we have the full 4 copies of Ancient Grudge. Against Affinity, I just want to go to 4 Ancient Grudge and just destroy Affinity. Seems like what we want to do. 3 Weather the Storm. This has been pretty good for me so far in my testing. Really like the weathers here. I had 2 candidates, but quickly went up to 3. I think it's pretty important for this deck, even if it kills Arbor Elf and Visionary. It just really helps you win against decks like Elves, good against decks like Boggles and things as well. 2 Pyroblast, and the last card is Calming Verse. I think this is the best Tranquility Effect and the best card in the Boggles matchup, which is why I have so many copies. You can't really afford to blow up your own Utopia Sprawls and Wild Growths, so I'm going with 3 copies of Calling Verse. I actually had 4, and I have played 4 and been happy with it, but I added the 4th Grudge over the 4th Calming Verse there. So with that being said, let's just get right into round 1, shall we? Let's go. All right, welcome to round 1 against Rollister. We are on the play, which is huge for this deck. Another thing that I wanted to mention, this is a snap keep, turn 2 Thermokarst, is people are playing kind of a lot of bounce lands now. So it makes our land destruction plan a lot better. Sure, they could lead like on an indestructible land on turn 1. That is part of the format now, but I think this deck is still pretty reasonably positioned. I've played 2 leagues with it recently. I've gone, oh, it's Boggles, interesting. Still just going to blow up their land. I've gone 3-2 into 4-1. And I was very close to the 5-0 on the second league. Would have been nice to wait for them to play like an enchant land, but we have another land destruction spell, so no reason to wait. Just gonna keep blowing up lands. Okay, they have a 3-1. We're just gonna blow up this land too. So plan is going perfectly so far. On the play, turn 2 land destruction, turn 3 land destruction. Hopefully they don't have any more lands. And no, they have a plains, damn. So we're gonna have to get to this dino. But we can draw cards, we already have another land. We're looking good here. Ooh. I think that's a little greedy to play Shrek right now. I'll just cast a 4-mana 3/3 draw card. We get to bring in 3 Calming Verse here as well, which is nice. Ugh, don't like seeing that. Jeez. Alright, so we have to go to 9, and then we get to Dino next turn. Bolt. This deck also plays games very quickly. Ooh, nice, we hit the perfect. Geez, that's like our best cascade possible, basically. I'm just gonna... Oh, and we drew a dino? Wow. I'm just gonna start racing here, I think. They only have a 4-2 right now. Sure, it can get bigger, but I can start jumping. I need to race, so... That was an incredible hit. This has certainly been a good draw for us, but our opponent has been able to keep up with a bunch of lands and stuff. Hopefully they have like 3 drops they can't cast. I guess not. They just have 5 lands. It's a lot for Boggles to have. So again, we get to bring in triple Calming Verse, which is what they're in the board for this matchup specifically. And then probably all the Cannonades as well. They're at 11 already, and I have a Bolt, so it's looking reasonable. So they have the... Oh, they just have Armadillo Cloaks. 6/4. Okay. Does have first strike. I mean, I suppose I'm just going to 3 here. There's no reason to chunk this turn against the first strike trampler. If I draw a land, maybe I can win. Doesn't actually work. Let's see, they're at 17. I have 12. Oh, I have 18 power, so I actually already have lethal, so scratch that. 12, 15, 18, so it's still lethal. Wow, our draw was really good here. Because they could chump Boarding Party, but now they can't. Our draw was just really solid on the play. If we were on the draw, we probably would have lost that. All right, so these 6 cards coming in. Can just take out Bolt. Sure, they sometimes have other creatures you can kill with it, but I don't think we really care. I don't think we want to do that. Take out a couple dinos too. Could take out the Commodores. But I could see Commodore being decent. Plus, it's just a 5/2 trample in order to help race. So it has like a bunch of power. But if we like Calming Verse and or Cannonade and then into Commodore, I could see it being solid. Taking out a 7-drop just seems solid in this matchup. I think I want to keep in all the land destruction because they play a lot of enchant lands. So being able to kill like a land with a Utopia Sprawl on it seems good to me. And Calming Verse obviously just wrecks them. It blows up all their enchantments. And none of ours. This hand's not very good, but I think I'm going to keep it. We don't have an accelerator, but we have a Cannonade. And we have a lot of lands, so... If if they don't pump the toughness of this, we might just be okay. Not that many of their auras do pump the toughness, but their 3-drop auras do. Ugh. Right. It's just a 2/2 right now, but they could easily have a 3-drop enchantment that makes this thing huge. Maybe I should have just mulliganed this hand. I guess we'll see. Which is okay. Crumbling Vestige does add mana. Really just don't like that card. Okay, Utopia Sprawl. Please no pump of toughness on the Boggle. They are going to probably. Damn. Alright, so now we just need to draw the Destroy All enchantments. They don't have Trample or anything yet. So I can just play a Visionary. Alright. I could blow this up too, leave them with no green mana. And then I take 7, go to 4, and then next turn I can play a Chump Blocker and Chump, and then they won't be able to Rancor or play anything. I think that's the line. So Utopia Sprawl here, name red. Thermokarst here. Awesome, thanks for saying that. Glad you're enjoying the content. It's awesome. All right, now we can go, let's see, we have 4. So yeah, we can just go Visionary as a Chump Blocker. Gruul Turf. The one Gruul Turf has been fine. I had 2, but then it was punishing me a couple times, so I took it out. They drew a green source. Oh, Heliod's Pilgrim for maybe Rancor? They could also just get Ethereal Armor. They got Abundant Growth. I guess that makes sense too. It's kind of a cool trick. So now I need to hit a Calming Verse. So we go to 3. We did not yet. We have one more shot. He did hit some Chump Blockers. No Calming Verse yet. I'm at 3. If they give this Trample or anything, I'm going to lose no matter what. If they have Ram Through, I don't lose no matter what yet. They also have to tap 2 lands to play this. If they have Rancor, they get 8 power Trample. That's lethal anyway. I feel like not attacking is correct. I think I need to just find the Tranquility effect. So they should have tapped. Oh, they're going to put Abundant Growth on Vestige. That makes sense, actually. So Rancor, oh, and Forest. Jeez. Yeah, Ethereal Armor here doesn't do it yet. There. Okay, so I have to go Chump Chump. Then I go to 2. It's going to be tough. I have to Cascade into the spell still. So it doesn't matter. Go to 2. Another Boggle. Makes it basically impossible. I think we're dead. I guess I don't even want to show them anything. If I had drawn the Serene Heart that turn, I could have gone tap out, Serene Heart, plus Cannonade, kill your entire board. But I think we're dead. See if we would have hit it. No. Maybe that hand I should have just mulliganed. I had the Cannonade though. I was on the draw. That might have been my bad. I didn't have a Calming Verse, just a Cannonade. Okay. This hand's obviously a keep. No payoffs yet, but can just wait as long as possible and then fire this off. They're on a mulligan to 5 as well. Gotta remember to tap out. Destroy all enchantments you don't control. Then, if you control an untapped land, destroy all enchantments you control. Weird old card, but you just have to tap out and then play it. So they're on a mull to 5. Wow. So now I can show the broken start of Forest, Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl. And actually double Sprawl is even better. So you go play 1 Sprawl here. We can actually name red on this one, doesn't really matter. Add 2 mana. Then we can Sprawl on the same land. I guess add red again. Untap it. And now we have 4 mana and we play double Sprawl. Pretty decent turn 2 there. Now we can just keep drawing cards, plus we have so much mana. The good starts with this deck are really, really strong. Just cast another Packmate. We can actually cast that as well. There's a Cannonade, really good here. Nice. Plus, we just went turn 2, 3/3 draw a card. Turn 3, 2 more 3/3s, both draw a card. All right, the Ancestral Mask. I can't block this, but I can race it as of right now. Oh, they don't attack. Interesting. So I actually have a pretty sweet line. I can just attack with all my Packmates. They're going to block 1. Then I can go Acid Moss one of your lands, untap, Wildfire. Then I trade like Packmate plus Arbor Elf for both of these. Seems really good. Yeah, attack then Cannonade definitely seems like the line. Because then they just don't even have a creature. So now I can just go Acid Moss, untap, Cannonade, Roll Turf, pass. Still with the Calming Verse. Another Ledge Walker, but we still have 6 power. Scratch that. All 4 Packmates. Jeez. Plus a 5/2 trample. These draws have been pretty nutty from us. Came out of the gates blazing here. Should get to cast a Boarding Party this turn as well. Honestly, wasn't the worst mulligan to 5 for them. Oh, I should have. I can always tap out if I cast a Calming Verse. We're just getting so much value here. Okay, they've had enough. Nice. Beat Boggles in round 1. See everyone in round 2. All right, welcome to round 2. We're 1-0. Just beat Boggles. We're against Ace 10. We're on the play. Well, that was loud. Maybe I have to turn that down. Thanks, Marty B, for gifting the sub. Always helping people out there. Always gifting subs. Appreciate it. This deck does have to mulligan a lot. We got a mulligan in this hand. I think this might be a mulligan as well. We have 6-drop, 7-drop, uncastable, and then just a wild growth, not even a Utopia Sprawl. Go to 5. Man. I'll just keep this on 5, I think. I don't really want to go to 4. This is a really bad hand, though. Just like modern red-green Ponza, sometimes you just mulligan it into oblivion. Mountain. Actually, kind of like the bird matchup because we just get 3 Weather the Storms post-board, which is a lot. They were on a mulligan to 6. Is Thermo Alchemist? It is. Okay. Well, our draw is pretty terrible. I almost put back a Lightning Bolt too and kept 4 lands, Acid Moss. But I thought I could draw Mountain. Oh, everyone gifting subs. Thanks so much. I have also destroyed my own lands several times with Thermokarst, so that is something that happens. Now we really need to draw 1 more land. Yeah, the mulligan screwed us, but it screwed them too, but not as badly as us. They're still able to cast most spells in their deck. Meanwhile, we have 7-drop, 6-drop in hand, so you can see mulligans really do hurt this deck a lot. They have the needle drop. We need them to miss on lands and have expensive cards. We're just going to lose this game most likely. Double Thermal Alchemist. If we draw a red source this turn, we can kill one of these. Geez, they're just dealing so much damage. We're at 9. Okay, I called for red source. I have to bolt. I can't let them untap with that. That's just too much damage. Of course I want to Acid Moss, but I think I need to just bolt and just save as much life as possible. Like, yeah, there's no way. I can't give them double Thermal Alchemist in play. They have 5 cards in hand. Yeah, there's just no way. I like my keep on 5 in the dark. We didn't know what we were up against, and even if we knew we were up against burn, we would just hope their hand's not very good. But they had double alchemists that we did not answer, and we were quickly dead there. All right. Weather the Storms coming in, and I kind of like just siding out 3 dinos, just calling it a day. It is good to cascade into weather. I do like the land destruction actually against them because they don't play that many lands, so sometimes you can just get them. Yeah, I think this looks good. I think this is how I sideboarded in the past. All right. This deck is honestly very easy to play. Oh no. This hand is just not that good. I think we just need to mulligan. If they just don't have creatures, we don't do anything. All right, well, this hand's honestly a lot better than the first. Just put back a 6-drop. They're on the mulligan as well. So now we have like turn 1 tap land, turn 2 we can foretell, or bolt plus tap land. This hand's actually pretty good. You can play without your acceleration sometimes with this deck and just be a fine mid-range deck. All right, well, I'm definitely just going to foretell. You can play a league with this deck sometimes in like 45 minutes. We will need to find Weather the Storm most likely, but we do have 3 copies and a lot of our cards cantrip. Curse. Okay. Thinking about bringing in 1 Serene Heart, but typically I don't really like to do that. I think I'm going to Packmate rather than Visionary because I can Packmate tap land this turn. Arbor Elf. All right, I'll just play that. So next turn I'll have some options. If I, like, let's say draw Forest, I can Visionary Bolt, I can just play another Packmate. Depends what they do. Sometimes you can build up a nice board too, and they have to start pointing burn at your creatures. Well, that's a good one to kill creatures with, but killing Arbor Elf's kind of aggressive. I guess they're just gonna try to race now. Weather the storm. Nice. All right, so now, since I'm already at 11, they're probably gonna play spells. I'm gonna go attack, tap land, pass. Hopefully they play spells, and I go Bolt Weather on their turn. I don't want to just like play Visionary and then die, so I'm just gonna do this. If they don't play spells, I might consider just waiting, but hopefully if they play at least one spell, I'm gonna go for the Bolt plus Weather line. They're not gonna play anything, huh? Needle drop me. Okay, well now probably gonna have to gain as much life as we can right now. Could wait again. I can gain 9 here. Feel like I need to. They have 3 cards in hand. While their hand might not be that good, I think I do just need to gain as much as I can. I guess a line there could have been Foretell Packmate pass with Weather up. That might have been better. I could have waited till my end step, sure. I just didn't think they were going to play anything. Utopia Sprawl. Right, I'm going to attack and then go Sprawl Packmate, I think. Might as well name red here. I don't think there's much downside in doing so. We're still at 16 with them only having 3 cards, so we're in a pretty good position. I mean, sure, it might have been better to hold the Weather, but I was worried about them actually having a good hand, even though I think they didn't. Again, maybe the line was Foretell Packmate, leave up Weather, but I kind of thought of it afterwards, so nothing I can really do now. All right, we go to 10. They have 1 card in hand. We're at 9, essentially. If we draw a Bolt here, it's really good. Just gonna play stuff. Don't need to stack these auras here. I don't think that's relevant. So they will basically have to kill us on this next turn. Oh, why? Not like this. Not like this. The wild growth was free, so playing that didn't actually matter. Definitely attacking with both. Just trying to put it away. They have 1 card in hand, but again, essentially we're at 9 already. They could easily kill us. Need them to draw land. Because these... Oh, we can Weather on our upkeep as well. To survive against Curse. I think we're going to be good. Can let these resolve, because I can just Weather if I'm going to die, otherwise I can kill them. That would have been brutal to die with that in hand. Okay. Nice. Not sure if I played that perfectly, but we were able to get there. There wasn't anything I could have done. It's not like I could have gotten to that weather earlier. I still don't think we want one calming verse. I just don't think it's that good. If they just don't happen to have curse or side it out to curse, it's just so bad to have that in our deck. I'd rather just try to win with weather plus creatures. I think taking out the 7 drops is still solid. And you do actually need the snow-covered lands. A lot of times, like I was saying, I have thermal karsted my own forests many times. I actually almost won a game in the league. I went 3-2. I was thermal karsting my own lands against Burn, and I didn't quite get there, but it was close. They top decked for the win. I'll keep this. It's not that good, but at least we can answer a Thermal Alchemist here. Ooh, Utopia Sprawl. I mean, I think I want to just play that, name red, pass. Then next turn I could go like Foretell plus Bolt. Yeah, could have mulliganed this hand, but I think it's a totally reasonable draw. So I'm going to kill this. Ooh, that's interesting. I'm going to foretell rather than playing the tap land. I think this is better. I'd rather get the wolf down next turn. The Utopia top deck was really good, yeah. And we can still just draw Weather the Storm. Another Epicure. It's actually kind of annoying. Dart 15 after they attack. They're leading with blood right now. No reason to do that. Better to leave up 1 mana. Oh, no attack. They messed up. That's 1 damage. They just missed. So I think the line is Wild Growth here. Tap this, use the red mana for this. We're more likely to draw a 1 mana green spell than draw Bolt, because there's only 3 bolts left, and there's 8 1-drop green spells left. So let's foretell this using the red. We'll probably draw Bolt now that I just explained all that. Thermal Karst. Okay. Them missing an attack is actually kind of huge. That 1 damage could matter. All right, now we're on 5 mana. So untapped land, we can boarding party. We have a lot of good draws. They're discarding 2 lands. Wow. This card is pretty sweet in Burn, honestly. Being able to loot away extra lands does matter a ton. They're still a little flooded, even though they had double loot. Yeah, worst case scenario, we can blow up a wild growth land to gain 1. We certainly do not want to do. We don't get to do anything this turn. Not drawing a land there was brutal. Doesn't even really do much, but I need to ramp. They have 2 cards in hand. We're going down to 12. Gotta find weather here. Firebrand Archer. It's pretty scary. They have 2 cards left, though. Wow, they have so many lands. I think double thermokarsting them doesn't do anything. It's much better to boarding party, I think. Weather the Storm? Weather? 1 time? Hold your breath. No, missed. Just name green. I'm in trouble now. They do only have one card in hand, so I could still draw Weather the Storm next turn. Just not going to attack. I'd rather leave backup blocker for Firebrand. Yeah, that's a good point, Pauper Tim. Could have stacked the auras for the bounce land, absolutely. So I can start Thermal Coaster myself, but I still think Thermal Coasting them is better at this point. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana potentially. I think what I'm going to do, I want to be able to draw weather on my end step, so I should play Forest over Highland Forest. I'm just going to go Commodore. Yeah, I'm just going to go Commodore, Thermokarst, hope to draw weather. No attacks. Doesn't matter what order I do stuff in. I don't think it does. Oh. Did I just make a mistake? Because I didn't leave up the right, I didn't tap correctly. Wow. Actually got pretty punished here. Now I can't even play weather. Man, that was a huge mistake. I'm used to naming red, and I didn't. So I thought I already had plenty of red sources, and I just tapped wrong. Really hope I don't get punished. I guess I also could have left double red open for Chain Lightning. Our robe. Okay, we didn't get punished. All right, gotta survive here. Seems like they probably don't have that much in hand. They can take the Monarch by attacking with all, but that leaves them in a pretty vulnerable spot. Searing Blaze, but no. Oh, they did play Mountain. Damn. At 8, they have one card. Unfortunately, I think I need to block Firebrand Archer if they attack with all too. Because going to 5, I die to Fire Blast. But if I draw Weather the Storm next turn, could still win. Especially if I draw like a boarding party. I think I just need to trade. It sucks. But I don't want to just die to Fire Blast. 3, go to 5. I guess they can still. Yeah, because if they Fire Blast now, I survive at 1. I guess if they don't have Fire Blast and I block a 1/1, I get to attack back, take the Monarch, have one more draw. But they also get to draw a card off Monarch. I guess that's true regardless. I just have to hope. Probably going to lose. It came down to not finding Weather the Storm here if we lose. All right. Let's see what we would have drawn. I don't think I played very well that match, so nothing. Okay. Well, Burn got us. It's still kind of a close matchup. I think it's favorable, especially post board, but of course sometimes you just can't find it. We might even want like the 4th Weather the Storm. Pyroblast is pretty solid, but it can be a bad cascade as well, which is why I only have 2. Maybe just the 4th Weather is what we want. So, yeah. We'll see everyone for round 3. See if we can rattle off some wins. All right, we're against Lindoso. Lindoso used to play a bunch of boggles, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're playing like Boros or something now. Keep this hand. This hand looks totally reasonable. I think I'm going to Utopia Sprawl name green. This hand's really good. There's also some consideration that I was thinking about. Of course, Arbor Elf is really good when it works, but it also leaves you a lot more vulnerable to removal. So I was like, what if I just play 4 Sprawl, 4 Wild Growth, 0 Arbor Elf? That'd be a really interesting build. You don't get the as explosive draws. I think Arbor Elf is probably worth, but there is something to consider, and in certain matchups you do want to side out Elf. Okay. I think I'm going to go play Mountain Foretell. Then I can leave up Bolt just in case. And then next turn we can Acid Moss. Hopefully they bounce land here. Nope. Wow, they're not doing anything? I'm going to Acid Moss for sure here. And I think stacking the auras is going to end up being fine. I don't know if we can get punished against Boros. And then we could just boarding party next turn potentially. Synth. Glinthawk. Do they have untapped white source? They do not. Another Acid Moss. They likely have Bolt up here as well. I have 6 mana. It's just too efficient, because if I draw... Oh no, I can still Acid Moss plus Packmate here. That's gotta be better. That's gotta be better. Boarding party next turn. Well, we would have cascaded into that Bolt. Oh, I could have done this first also, then main 2'd that. Wow, I'm playing really loose today. Actually fine, like letting them bolt that because maybe they can't bolt this then. So I don't know. I think it's actually okay. All right, well, just hitting all the land destruction here. All right, we got him. We successfully land destroyed. That was sweet. All right. I'm gonna do a slight hack here. I know Lindoso plays a ton. I'm gonna see if they have any very, very recent results with Boros. And see if I can look at their list. I know some people think this is cheating, but I think it's honestly just not using information that's available to everyone if you don't utilize it. Okay, they have a result with Boggles recently, like I said. Let's see in this league if they have Boros. They do here. So what I really wanted to look at is how many artifact lands they have, and they're actually kind of light on art. They weren't playing. Oh, this is a different list too. One synthesizer. This might be an older list. I'm not sure. See, sometimes looking up lists doesn't really help you. We also don't know if they have Kuldotha Rebirth. Could bring in like one Weather the Storm. I think Commodores come out. I think you want to leave in all the land destruction. Could just side like this. I don't hate one weather. They have a lot of burn. Just board like this or something. I think this seems reasonable. We can still Ancient Grudge like synthesizers and stuff. I'm not sure if we want more copies of Grudge. Oh, what's up, Pumpkin Queen? I'll leave it at just 2 copies of Grudge for now because I don't. We didn't see that many artifact lands, and on previous lists, Lindoso also shied away from artifact lands, so I don't want to essentially overcommit to artifact lands. This hand's not good. Wow, beating Radiant Fountain. That means they could have a bounce land hand. We have 4 land destruction spells. Okay, they do. Thermokarst is gonna be good. Sure, they can get on board here, but killing bounce lanes is really nice. One thing I mentioned earlier, killing bounce lands is one reason why I like this deck right now. I'm actually going to kill Radiant Fountain because we could always draw Ancient Grudge. So I'm just going to kill the Fountain. And I do want to ramp. So I'll land Acid Moss, Highland Forest, pass. Ancient Grudge off the top. In a previous league, I had an opponent go turn 1 Great Furnace, turn 2 Vault of Whispers, and then I just went turn 1 Utopia Sprawl, turn 2 Untapped Land, Grudge both your lands on turn 2. All right, let's see. I have 5 mana. It's not 6 mana, so it's just Acid Moss, Gruul Turf. They're gonna Synth here. Okay. 3/3 lifelink just beating us down. Glintalk. Can they cast? They can. Wow. Brutal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Oh, they bounced a land in order to protect it? Wow. Okay, well now I'm just gonna go boarding party. I think I'll play land. Boarding party into Ancient Grudge. I like that. So I can kill Synth, kill Seeker. I want to kill Seeker because I think they have Bolt probably. They like return the land pretty quickly. Just deciding if I want to blow this up. I think I do right now. I guess I don't need to do it this second. There's basically no way for them to double trigger prowess, so I can also just wait on Bolt. But if I kill it on their turn, they could get a spell to play. We're just gonna do it now. I have 2 more land destruction spells for their lands. Just gonna stay back. Because I can't always try to trade here, and if they bolt here, I can bolt here if I want. But again, bolting Bird and then playing another boarding party is also a decent line. Play the Great Furnace. Well, definitely just blocking. Then I'm going to bolt here. Why would... They're lightning bolting us. Alright, so they're taking the aggro line. I think this is really good for us. We clear their creatures and we can destroy their land here. So I can still play a Thermokarst after this boarding party, but I could hit a land destruction spell. Nice. I'd say looking decent. Our hand was pretty slow, but yeah, feels good. GG's. I think this deck is reasonable. Let's go round 4. All right, it looks like Windoso rejoined the league, so we're playing them again. And since they rejoined the league, they gotta know we're still on the same list. I think this is a mulligan. All right, this is a keep. I kind of want Dino. Pumpkin Queen coming through, not disappointing as usual. Um, let's see. I can put back. Dino seems like the only real card that I can put back. I could put back Gruul Turf, because then I keep essentially 4 lands, Bolt, Dino. I could also put back Bolt. It's greedy, but I like it. Keep all my mana and Dino. I'm putting them on the same list, so we'll just name red here. Maybe I should have named green because I could draw Thermokarst. Okay, we draw Forest. So now I can just go Forest, Mountain, Forest, and then next turn Mountain, Acid Moss. Oh, they're on indestructible lands now. Okay. Frogmite. That would have been good last turn. I think I want to just Bolt. Take their artifact count down. Can't play Dino next turn anyway. I'm not playing Acid Moss on an indestructible land just to ramp. That does not seem good. The Gal Blast my thing. Okay, we can Dino next turn. Yeah, they probably were like, I'm going to quickly rejoin with mono indestructible land affinity. Hey, Black Horror Ghost. Thanks for saying that. There's a lot of cheap options. You can just look on MTG Goldfish. It also tells you the price there. There's like mono blue aggro. I mean, this deck is probably relatively cheap. I guess boarding parties are expensive for Pauper, but it just really depends. Just depends what you like to play as well. I'd recommend just looking at all the top decks and kind of seeing like what your budget can allow for. Right, we are in trouble. But we do have 4 Ancient Grudge, which is really good. So they just went Deadly Dispute away their Great Furnace because they know we're on Ponza. If they want to trade Mirror Enforcer and Gal Blast for Dino, I have to take that trade. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the downside of this deck, but you need the early ramp in order to play turn 2 land destruction and everything. So the Cascade spells are still good, even if you hit these bad hits sometimes. It's definitely worth. No attack from them at all. Wow. They have 5 cards in hand, though. They played Ancestral Recall, so it wasn't really a recall. They sacked a land, but. Or, oh, they sacked the Sin. They sacked the Great Furnace to the Rebirth. Just wasn't even paying close enough attention. You're just drawing so many cards. I think we're supposed to lose game 1 in this matchup most of the time. I have won it and we can win it, but we need better draws than this. For now, we do, unless they sacrifice it. Yeah, the Boros deck is still probably up there, or at least in contention for the best deck in the format. So I would recommend that as well. Pull up your land, play a land. You want to play out your lands generally with this deck because you can chain cantripping creatures, and so you want a lot of mana in play. All right, they go Ancestral. 8 cards in hand to our 1. It's not looking good, team. Yeah, a really good strategy is honestly look at the top decks, see what you would be interested in playing, then get a loan account for 1 month, try out a couple different decks with your loan account, then you can buy into one of those decks and turn off your loan account, or just keep it and keep trying a bunch of different decks. Okay, rights for 7. Nice. Great Furnace Falls, another rights. So they are playing probably pretty close to my list. Nice. Rights is a sweet card. All right. All the Ancient Grudges coming in. I was thinking about taking out all the bolts, but they probably do have 4 Frogmites. Maybe I just take out all the bolts and then bring in some number of Cannonades because they have Kuldotha Rebirth and Frogmite. I can go like this. This seems good to me. G. Philippi, you're saying to bring in Cannonade or not bring in Cannonade? They have Kuldotha Rebirth and Frogmite. I think I want Commodore. Sure, they can go wide, but we can. This can trade with Enforcer. It's a way for us to get card advantage. 4 Ancient Grudge. Let's go. I think I like siding out Bolt and bringing in Cannonade. I think this is just a mulligan. It's turn 2 Foretell Packmate, turn 3 Cast Packmate. Maybe that's good enough. I can't always have a 1-drop. But I have no red source and no Ancient Grudge. I think I can just do better. I'm just going to try to do better. Alright, well this is better. I think I can just put back a Highland Forest. Yes. So they did lead Indestructible Land. I was obviously hoping they would not lead Indestructible Land, but nothing I can do about that. See how many Indestructible Lands they have. A lot. Well, I liked siding out some number of land destruction in this matchup too. Maybe that was the play. I'm gonna go Visionary Gruul Turf, I think. Okay, there's Ancient Grudge. Nice. Okay, they can cast it. Man, they're drawing all their indestructible lands. Really bad for us. Probably gonna just grudge the synth, honestly. Doesn't feel great, but I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's lead on this. Dino is great. Great draw. Grudge the synth. Attack for 2. So we have 4, 5, 6. We can Dino next turn. We have a Grudge in the yard as well. Galvanic Blast that. Resolves. Nacho PR, what's up? They're gonna leave up Deadly Disputer, or they're playing a Mirror Enforcer into Grudge. Chainer's Edict. It's actually kind of annoying. It's really annoying, actually. I actually have to Asin off this turn, I think. Because this guarantees me being able to dino next turn. I was thinking about grudging the star so they couldn't sacrifice it, but I just would rather try to save this to grudge like enforcers and stuff. Mono indestructible lands from them. Wow. Do I get punished by anything? I don't think so. They have 7 cards in hand, but we do have a 6/5. Third Galvanic Blast. And they go directly to Dino. Fourth Galvanic. Oh no, that's the third. That's the third. I thought it was the fourth. Somebody in chat messed me up. Let's do this correctly. Jeez. Wonder if I just kill this. I think at this point I do. There's the enforcer they were waiting on. What is this? Tapping a bunch of mana? Oh, flashback edict. All right, it's annoying. A lot of boarding parties though. We have a lot of ancient grudges in our deck. 4 to be exact. Oh, it is exiled. Wow. They have played all 4. Thanks, chat. Now it's a party, yeah, for sure. I like the 4 ancient grudges. All right, they can take a thermokarst, sure. Pretty funny. They're really not playing the non-indestructible lands, huh? I think I kind of want to just gain 1 rather than do nothing. I mean, I lose a land to gain 1. It's probably worth. We're at 2, and we have another boarding party. We don't have Bolt in our deck anymore. Okay. That's some chump blockers for them for sure. Blood Fountain. Oh, I could have killed this with Grudge in response to Blood Fountain. I don't even think that's good, honestly. If they tap any more lands, I can Grudge the Blood Fountain. Also get to play another boarding party. Utopia Sprawl. I'll name green on this one. So they have to go chump, 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 and then I'll just play Visionary. They only have 3 cards in hand at this point. I guess they can get back 1 Enforcer, but that doesn't... Oh, they're going rights, discard 2 cards? Wow. That actually does wreck me. But it also discards their entire hand. Where were you guys? What's up? I think I'm just going to also play Visionary this turn. It was just 2 lands they had in hand. Because this represents lethal, and then if they untap, Blood Fountain back, just Enforcer, then I can just grudge that. And then win. They didn't really have any other choice. I mean, triple chumping there, if they only had 2 lands in hand, isn't that good either. So it looks like they're just going to try to put Enforcer into play, but then they're dead to this. think that was a really good play by the opponent, actually. So they blood token, discarding. What'd they discard? Oh, blood fountain. Okay, I see. So they're dead on board now. Okay. Let's go game 3. And I like Grudge more than Shenanigans as well. So I should have said that earlier to save myself everybody commenting, why no Shenanigans? All right, this looks good. Looks like they may have sided out. I guess they still played one Frogmite that game, right? Am I wrong? Was that game 1? Whatever. I'll just leave in 2 Cannonade. Seems good anyway. All right, how can you not feel good about a matchup when you have 4 Ancient Grudge versus Affinity? Oh, yeah. Not mulliganing this. Pumpkin Queen, I guess like the opponent could hold a grudge against us, but lead on Elf. This leads to the most. Wow, 1 land? I wonder if I kill this also with Grudge. Sure, it lets them draw, but if they go land Ancestral on this, it's pretty annoying. I just have so many grudges. I'm gonna not do it. They're probably gonna just cycle it anyway. They would have had to hit untapped land and then also have the Ancestral. I think it's better to just wait. Although it is tempting. Doesn't really save them mana because when they sack Star, they add 1 mana. And we immediately get punished. Can we beat 3/1/1s is the question. Yet to be determined with our hand. No attacks from them. 0 attacks. I guess they could go for rights, but actually I think I'm going to block here. Because, I mean, I could easily have Lightning Bolt in my hand. I'm going to block. I don't need any more mana. I can already cast any spell I draw. Of course, I draw Packmate when I would have wanted more mana, but I'm not going to complain about it, even though I just did. I think I just foretell. I don't think there's any reason not to. So funny that I needed the mana now. Drew Packmate into Packmate. I'm not sure why they kept 1 back, honestly. I don't really know why they're taking the lines that they are. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. I think I can just attack with both also. GG's. Yeah, they just kept a weird hand there. Maybe they had a rights that they were hoping to kill us with. Or something, I'm not sure. Yeah, weird lines from them for sure, but they must have had Bridge, Star, Rebirth, Rights, and we're hoping they could just steal a win, and then they just got mana screwed and couldn't do anything. And we had mana up, so were probably scared to go for all in on Rights. And even if they attacked with all three, I would have blocked with Arbor Elf, and they didn't have enough to Rights kill anyway at that point. It's so funny that our hand was lands, doubles, or lands, what was it? Land, Sprawl, Grudge, Grudge. And then we just never cast Grudge, and we still won somehow. All right, after defeating Lindoso twice, let's go round 5 and see if we can 4-1 this thing. All right, welcome to the 5th and final round. We're against turn 3 Nissa. I think this hand is just not good enough. I guess it was like technically functional, but I just don't think we want to do that. I think I can just put back Bounce Land with this hand. Does help me get up to a higher mana threshold. But otherwise I'm putting back Bolt, I guess. I don't want to put back any of these 5 on this side of the hand here. I think I'm just putting back Turf. This hand's fine. Radiant Fountain. Looks like we're probably up against Boros again. Hopefully they go turn 2 Bounce Land. All right, let's Elf here. Against Radiant Fountain, definitely want to Elf. So now we can potentially have 4 mana next turn if we need it. Plus next turn we can go like Sprawl, Thermal Curse anyway. So even if we led Sprawl, sure it's better against like Mountain Bolt, but oh yeah, let's go. Juicy, juicy Bounce Land. Name red. And then next turn we can Boarding Party. These are the hands I'm talking about. Turn 2 Land Destruction, turn 3 Boarding Party. That's crazy. Hopefully we Boarding Party into Land Destruction. That would be sick. Oh, I didn't hit a land. I can't do it. I thought I could do it. I needed the land. I just thought I had it for some reason, but I didn't have the extra land. All right, Visionary and Foretell. We're still in a great spot though. I was like I got a little overexcited there. Okay, and there's a nice artifact land for our Ancient Grudges. Okay. Now I think I'm just boarding partying. Just getting the party started. Nice. When this deck works, it just can feel so disgusting. Another bounce land? Sure. We have more of this where that came from. Yeah, we still have a lot of bad hits, but again, the Cascade is just a really good mechanic regardless. Sometimes it's not as good as others, but it's just a broken mechanic. Good against counter spells, just really solid. Can we kill? We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 15. Not quite. Land. Let's draw. Visionary. I don't even need to leave up these bolts here, so it's just Visionary. I think I'm just attacking with all and not playing these. It's close, I guess, but I think I'd rather just... Maybe I should have attacked with these and then just played one more Arbor Elf to have more mana next turn, but like, I don't think it matters that much. I've seen the list of the Pillow Pala combo. It looks sweet. It looks pretty formidable actually because your deck is just entirely cantrips, the 8 combo pieces, and then protection spells. So I like it for that reason, but I'm not sure in practice how good it's actually going to play out. All right, well, we can kill Seeker and then keep attacking. We're still super far ahead, although we are out of gas. Sprawl red. Just to have more red sources. Let's see, they're at 11. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Nice. Going for the 4-1. I would seriously consider even playing this deck in a challenge or something. I think this deck is well positioned. You just get really good hate for affinity, and then you have a decent plan against Boggles, and you could just beat any deck. A lot of people are playing Balance Lands. You just get out ahead of decks. You have Cascade against counterspells. It can still be rough against like Blue Red Fae, Blue Black Fae, but deck is good. All right. So we saw Seeker of the Way. I might want to do like something like this. Definitely want to leave in all the land destruction. Don't think we want to take out any of our 1 mana accelerators. I like the Cascaders as well. Maybe we want one more Cannonade. Kills a lot of stuff in their deck. Seeker, Glinthawk, Kuldotha Rebirth if they have that. Maybe one more Cannonade. One less Visionary. If we see a ton of artifact lands, we can bring in more copies of Grudge. Maybe we want third Grudge. Hey, calm down, Pumpkin Queen. All right, I think this is good. Talking about that last fun. We've had some pretty reasonable draws overall this league. See if we can keep them going. See what time it is here. All right. I mean, I'm not mulling a turn 2 Thermal Karst. Sure, they can bolt my Arbor Elf, but that slows them down as well. Yeah, that's an option as well. But when you play the artifact lands yourself, you're also opening yourself up to, opposing dust to dusts and revoke existence and stuff. So sure, you're better against removal, but you're worse against artifact removal. So it's tough to say. Plus, you have to play a fair number of tap lands to play Cleansing Wildfire. So the deck becomes a lot slower. I don't know if you want to be a land destruction deck at that point either. So tough to say, tough to say. All right, start doing our thing. Synth into Firebolt, fine with that. We kill Plains here. Ancient Grudge. Can't cast it yet. Loading one white. Just because they can. There's another white source. Actually mana screwed here. No Utopia Sprawls. No actual red lands. No acid mosses either. Oh, they're going off now. Damn, they hit pretty well on those synth hits. Red source, please. A little bit mana screwed. They need to double spell in order to attack with Secret through Packmate. I guess they can always bolt it. They've already played 2 burn spells. I guess 3, including Firebolt. 3rd Seeker, no attack, please. Oh wow, they are willing to trade. They have 4th. They have another burn spell. Okay, so now we need red source. Red source. Yep. That was a good one, Pumpkin Queen. All right, we are in trouble. We're just dead. Jeez, that was some really good hits on the synth and to just kill. Man, if we had one red source that game, I think we would have probably won because last turn we wrath all their creatures and then we can start casting these. All right, let's run it back. I don't think I want more than 2 grudge. They showed a lot of non-artifact lands that game, so I think 2 grudge is fine. They may have like 2 to 3 of each red and white artifact land. I think I'm supposed to keep this. I get to draw a card off Packmate on turn 3. Maybe this isn't good enough. It's only 1 land. I have 2 expensive cards. All right, I'll ship. Man. This seems risky too. I think I need to go to 5. All right, this is the best hand so far. Might even need to put back Grudge, Acid Moss. I can try to high roll with Grudge. Put back Acid Moss land. When really Acid Moss is really good against their bounce lanes too. I think putting back Grudge plus land is actually where I want to be. Then I'm keeping 3 mana sources also. Maybe I just put back Highland Forest. All right. I like this line. Another Acid Moss. They're obviously going to try to play around Grudge if they can. Nice. Good. There's a Great Furnace. All right, let's lead on Packmate. I will still Acid Moss this turn. All right, we have mana. Okay. Wonder if I kill spare supplies as well. I should have attacked first. Killing this is really tempting. Because if they just go like mountain draw card, it's pretty annoying. But if I kill this and then they play artifact land, that's really bad for me. Going in. There's step. Oh yeah, best possible top deck. Into another Acid Moss, please. Or into Boarding Party into Acid Moss. Okay, I asked for it. Just in time. I asked for it just in time. And they concede. Nice. Multi 5, no cards, no problem. This deck is not just a meme. This deck is good. I've played 3 leagues now, 3-2, 4-1, 4-1. It has some consistency issues. But the deck is really powerful. It's fast. It's pretty resilient. It doesn't have any absolutely terrible matchups.
Listen, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and you finished in style.
You know me saying, lad, I'm a Scouser. We don't get knocked out. Hey, I take that all day.
All right, sweet. I think honestly no changes moving forward. The one Gruul Turf was solid. I liked the two Commodores still. They didn't really get a chance to shine that league, but I think they're good. I don't think you want to play any more land destruction spells. Finishing style, that's right, exactly. One thing I was thinking about, okay, bear with me here, is doing something like this. Because so many decks right now play either like the artifact lands that are untapped, like Great Furnace, Seed of the Synod, and Boros, just Affinity itself, or decks play like Synthesizer. There's just so many decks that play good, powerful artifacts right now. But yeah, that's exactly why I have just all 4 in the board and not 1 in the main. Is because against blue-red, blue-black Fae, it's dead. So I think this is still better, but honestly, for a challenge or something, 1 Grudge main wouldn't be like the worst thing ever. Plus, I think one of the best decks right now, which is probably a little bit underplayed, is Burbtron, is the Eggtron deck. A lot of good players have been putting up good results with it. I've had some trouble playing against it. It's a really solid deck. And this deck will absolutely just crush that deck because, you know, they're a Combotron deck and you're a land destruction deck. I think enough said. So I think no changes moving forward. I really like Calming Verse against Boggles. I would want the 4th Weather. So if you want to cut a Pyroblast for the 4th Weather, I think that's totally reasonable. But again, against Blue Fae, having the 2 Pyroblast in order to actually resolve the cards you want to resolve is really critical. Although it can be a pretty bad Cascade hit, but I think it's worth it. So that'll wrap up this YouTube video. I'm going to continue streaming on Twitch here, but thank you everyone for watching on YouTube. Again, hit that subscribe button, really helps me out. Thank you so much. Till next time, YouTube. Peace.